I know this is going to be hard to see, but I wanted to show you, if I can, and I may not be able to, how bad this paint really is. It's orange peeled real bad, and I'm not sure if this camera will actually pick it up or not. So what I'm going to do here is, it's got some scuffs in it, some other things that are problematic, but what I'm going to do is, I know I have to paint the hood and some other stuff, and I don't recommend doing a lot of this stuff, so I'm not going to show you how to do it. I'm going to color sand this and then buff it and see if I can get this to come back. I'm just going to do this fender today, and I'll get back with you when I get it color sanded and I kind of show you the difference between this panel and this panel. And I know it's hard to see right now because you get a reflection of me in the background wearing a white t-shirt, which doesn't help, and trees, but it's kind of an overcast day, and that's really the best time to see some of this stuff. But anyway, I want to kind of show you the difference, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, let me open the lens cover this time. All right, this is that same fender. That it's actually, all I did was just do a little color sanding on it. I used 1000 grit Ferguson, then went to 1500, obviously wet dry paper. It's obviously not perfect. I'm seeing something there. I don't even think that this is a stock fender. I think it's an aftermarket, and the reason I say that is because I don't know how well you're going to see this whole thing, because I'm moving the camera at the same time, but this thing it moves real easy. And the reason I started on this fender is I wanted to know how much I could actually color sand and buff this, but without burning through. I needed kind of a base on how much clear is actually on this, and this fender is borderline needed painted anyway, since I have to do the hood because of whatever they did to it. They gouged it up real bad and took the clear off of it. This thing is not much better. It's got a big chip in there. The paint and clear is real thin on the top, and it's somebody buffed through it there. And then it's got several chips there. There's a handful there. So if I mess this fender up and I have to paint the hood anyway, I really wasn't out much more time to paint this fender. And if I don't like that up there, which I really don't, I can actually mask right there at that pinstripe. And when I paint the hood, I can paint just the top part of that fender and then try to blend it, or it's not going to be blended, it's actually going to be a cutoff, but it will be what it is, because I have no idea if this is the factory color. This looks like a Mako Earl Scheib special to me. I don't know who painted this, but they didn't do a very good job. It's just orange peeled really bad. It's thin in a few places. The clear didn't stick. I know it's not factory because I've checked several places. I think this thing's been wrecked possibly in this corner. I really didn't see anything up front when I pulled that bucket apart. I really looked hard at some of the stuff. It doesn't mean it wasn't replaced, but I did see a pull. There's a spot on the frame on this side that looks like it's had a chain hooked to it while they pulled the frame back straight. So I don't have any idea. But anyway, the reason I'm not showing you this, me doing this, like the techniques, the equipment, the stuff that I use, is because I don't want you to do yours and then you burn through or tear your paint up and then come back to me and say, hey, you tore up my car, you need to pay for a paint job. So I'm not that guy. You're not getting anything out of me. But understand too, common sense still rules on this. If you take an abrasive to your paint, you're rolling the dice, because you have no idea how thick that clear is, or if it's a single stage paint, how thick the paint is, how old it is. There's several processes that the reason they charge you so much to paint a car, I'm talking about body shops, is because this is a colossal pain in the butt, and it is a time consuming event. Even when you know what you're doing and you got the right equipment, it still takes, if you had to do this whole vehicle, and I'm talking about you had to strip it, you pulled a few dents, then you prime it, then you block it, and then you paint it, and then you clear it, and then you cut it and buff it. You are talking a tremendous amount of time, and it's not all easy work either. Hand sanding something, or even using a machine, is still pain. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, very dirty. But anyway, I just thought I would show you where this is at, show you that I actually did do some color sanding on it, and I'm going to mask off that door, and then I'm going to start doing a little buffing on this, and then I'll bring you back and kind of show you what it turned out like. Alright, see ya. Okay, all I did was just use rubbing compound so far with my buffer. I kind of wanted to show you just on that. I haven't done any other cut. Now, I don't have the edge done as I wanted it to, but I kept grabbing the tape and tearing it up, so and all you see is my shirt. But to try to give you an idea of the difference, I don't know if we'll be able to do this. Let's find out. Let me back up a little bit, maybe even with the light. It's not going to focus on it. It didn't like that, did it? Come on, there we go. It's going to be so hard to tell the difference, but there's very little orange peel there, and there's a whole bunch there. And again, this is not polished. I haven't. It's just had the rubbing compound done on it, but it definitely has a really good shine to it. I didn't get rid of all of the orange peel because, again, I didn't know how deep to actually cut this with even with a 1,000 or 1,500 paper, because you just don't know. And if I can help not painting, then I won't do it, you know, or just do that top part. But I can already see a big difference in the swirls. The camera is just not going to pick it up with the lights that are in here. And the problem with fluorescent lights is that they kind of distort stuff, and that's why usually you want it outside when you look for damage, hail damage, stuff like that, and not on a really bright day. You actually need kind of a shady area with no light. Like no chop lights, I mean. But anyway, there is a big difference, and I'm going to continue on with this and go to I actually have a medium cutter. I don't know if I'll go to that or straight to the polishing, but I may do the medium here against this edge of this door, and then go ahead and do the polishing, and then throw a coat of wax on it, and then get back with you.